to start us off this week, we have the Highwaymen.
The legends who took down Bonnie and Clyde.
Yes. It's starring Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson as the Texas Rangers, who were older guys. They're well past their prime, but they still got it done. In 1930, it takes place in 1934. Okay, so Costner's name is Frank Hammer, and Woody Harrelson's character is Manny Galt. And the movie starts off where Bonnie breaks Clyde and a couple of their other gang members out of prison.
Out of a outdoor work camp.
Right, yeah, out of work, yeah. And then they go on their little, killing and robbing spree, which most people, I think, are probably familiar with Bonnie and Clyde. I don't necessarily want to go through that whole history.
The quick and dirty of it is that they were Depression-era criminals who captured the public consciousness because some people saw them as being Robin Hood types. Others, and also there was the whole romantic angle where they were a couple out there on the run. And then other people pointed out they're mostly just killing a lot of people.
Yeah. And indiscriminately too. I mean, they were killing law enforcement. They were killing innocent people. I mean, yeah, they were not they were not nice people.
I guess it's kind of encouraging that sort of two movies, or everybody watching the same event but seeing two different movies, as the now sadly late Scott Adams would point out, is not a new phenomenon.
Yeah. But yeah, so that's basically
the other interesting context is that apparently at this stage of history, the Texas Rangers have been disbanded.
Yeah.
And so they end up getting a couple of former Texas Rangers out there to do what they need to do best, or do what they do best, which is manhunt.
Yeah. And the Texas Rangers were disbanded by the governor at that time, Ma Ferguson, who was played by Kathy Bates. Which is kind of interesting that there was a female governor of a state in the 1930s.
Yeah, that struck me as kind of odd too.
I have to confess, I don't really know much about the history of Texas governors, so I don't know. Maybe she was married to the governor, and then when he died, she got the office. But no, that wouldn't make.
Or she might have run for. I don't know. That is a research topic for another time.
Yes, indeed. But,
yeah. What is interesting, and this is just a quick look over the Wikipedia page, I think we were kind of robbed of a somewhat better version of this movie. Apparently, this had been in development hell since 2005.
Ooh.
And it was originally going to be a Paul Newman and Robert Redford project.
Oh.
The film began development at Universal Pictures, but never came to fruition. And then Netflix picked it up in 2018, which that sticks, because that's kind of the generation of, hello, this is Netflix, you're greenlit.
Yeah.
When they're just throwing crazy amounts of money to fill their service.
Yeah. Oh God. Yeah. Oh, this would have been good with Newman and Redford.
Yeah.
Oh. Well, but in any event, we end up with Kevin Costner and Woody Harrelson, which
they're both fine actors in their own rights.
Yeah.
It's just that, dang. Okay.
Yeah.
So I'm going to say straight up front, this movie was kind of dull.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's like it is a realistic take on what the events of it were. It's interesting because you very rarely see it from the perspective of Bonnie and Clyde.
Yeah, they're not in it very much. They're very much an unseen what do I want to call it? Unseen force, I guess.
Right. Like they occasionally have a scene where they pull an ambush trick to kill some people on some back roads, and like these are the clues that lead Harrelson and Costner closer to catching them.
Yeah.
But like it's not like we have a long scene where they themselves talk to somebody,
Yeah.
which is kind of like the outsider's perspective that the real investigators would get. So that tracks.
Yeah.
But it
And
does
yeah.
mean that more of the movie has to lie on their shoulders.
Yeah, they have to carry the movie, just the two of them, which, I mean, I would say that, given the acting caliber of both men, I think they can do that, given the right script. Um, but yeah, I would agree. This movie it's very talky, um, and I think the reason we probably don't see Bonnie and Clyde that much is because there was already a Bonnie and Clyde movie. Um, and they're probably worried that they would draw comparisons to that.
That's true.
Yeah. Which, by the way, that's one of the few movies my mother has always warned me to never watch.
Really?
Yeah, I'm guessing it was for the violence.
Huh. That must be a really shocking amount of violence, where she has a narrow opinion of your ability to withstand violence in movies.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, but yeah, I mean, I mean, I thought there were some like decent parts in the movie. Like
There were.
yeah, like I mean, okay, like I'm a sucker for a 1930s, 1920s, 1930s, 1940s, era movie. I really like that period in time and period in history. It's just,
Right. And it's a side of the 1930s that you don't always see in movies, because we've even done a couple of period pieces here where, it's like, oh, it's the big city speakeasies and everyone's dressed up in glitz and glamour and enjoying some uh, some bathtub hooch.
yeah, yeah,
This is more the bank's going to take everything, or
yeah,
already has taken everything
yeah, yeah,
side of things out in the sticks. So it's like definitely the grittier and grimier part of the 30s that isn't as commonly shown in movies. So kudos for that.
yeah. This was definitely the part of the world that my grandparents grew up in. Um, because my grandfather was from he was from Austin, Texas. So I don't know what Austin was like in the 30s, but I would imagine it was probably not too different from Houston and Dallas, or the other parts of Texas that they showed in the movie. But but yeah, and the other part of it too, I do think the performances were decent enough. I mean, you know, Costner's Costner. It's just,
Right. I was kind of startled when I found out that he didn't direct or write this thing, considering how much well, it's like when we watched that cowboy movie last year that they
yeah,
never actually, as far as I know, released the second half of.
yeah, Horizon. Yeah,
Horizon. That's it. It's like that movie was in love with him, and this movie isn't quite so dramatic as that, but still.
yeah, 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 and yeah, it was interesting, like kind of like, especially back then, like obviously manhunts were done very differently than they are today, because of course back then there were no cell phones, there was no internet, telephones were very bare bones. They were just starting to get radios in their cars.
Right.
So just and they were like, and the other thing too is they had to sleep in their cars because there were no like motels or anything.
Right. So it was a rough go of it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Um, but yeah, but other than that, like, it's just, yeah, there's really not a whole lot to this movie other than that. It's just very, you know.
It kind of, if it had come out in 2020, I would have said it's a remnant of the ACAB era because of some of the way it discusses law enforcement and things like that. Like
Yeah.
you have some kind of predictable backstory with them having like a traumatic event where one of them shot a kid.
Yeah.
But that is a thing that can happen, especially in the middle of a large scale raid.
Yeah.
Um, let's see here. The other thing is that, so I recently, and I don't know where this was filmed, but there is a decent shot. It was filmed in the UK. So you want to know part of the reason why a lot of movies look kind of dull lately? It isn't just like the switch over to digital cameras and
Yeah.
lighting. It's partially because if you film in the UK, part of the reason they like to film in the UK is because it's overcast so often that you have a very consistent level of shadow and light.
Right.
So this definitely looked. If it has Netflix lighting, whatever the reason, and it kind of fits the gritty realism of the movie, but it also makes it kind of undynamic to look at.
Yeah. Yeah. Although I will say, like, it does look like West Texas. Because I have been to West Texas. I've been to Lubbock. I mean, that's what it looks like.
Okay, then that could just be the digital light this time,
Yeah.
or digital cameras this time. Excuse me. Man, I think this thing could have been better if it was like half an hour shorter. Because when you get down to it, it's a series of ambushes,
Yeah.
and then trying to find out what happened after the ambush.
Yeah.
And so it's just like it's not an action movie that makes you feel good about the action. Just like it's just a series of awful events when you get down to it.
Yeah. And Taylor Logan, good to see you.
Hello.
But yeah, I mean, I would definitely put this in the category of a typical, like, Netflix original movie. Just not really very, kind of very uninspiring, and just
I can see why Universal let it go the way of development hell.
Yeah.
And why Newman and Redford opted not to be in it.
Yeah.
I want to say something positive about it. I did enjoy the scene at the gun store, which is like what Paul Chad would call like a gear porn scene.
Yeah.
Where you just like his thought process, like, do you have this gun in black? This is going to be shiny as shit.
Mm-hmm. He's just like grabbing all, having them grab all those guns, and they're like, okay, well, which one do you want? All of them.
Yep.
Which you could do that in the 1930s. Can't do that now.
Yeah. No waiting period. No checking to make sure he's actually law enforcement.
Nope.
Okay, sir. We take the Second Amendment very literally these days.
Yes. Yeah, man.
So that was probably my favorite scene in the whole thing.
Yeah.
Aside from that, it's the scenes are overlong. The acting is kind of what you would expect. Nothing really too stand out. Just it is an okay time waster, but there are better Kevin Costner and or Harrelson movies. Actually, I don't know if they've done other ones together, but you know what I mean. Like,
yeah.
If you want to see these actors doing their thing, there's better options.
Oh yeah, yeah.